Hello roller skaters. Today we have a request. Thank you for this request. I believe it was Julie, about transferring a hip from fakie backwards to forward. And I've never done that before, so that's a great request. I didn't even know if I could do it, but I decided to find the smallest hip I could, which is this one, because it's very small and mellow, so it's an easier one to start on. And basically, I just started doing this today, but I'm gonna kind of go through what's helped me figure out how to do this so far. And and of course, I suggest starting smaller and lower and gradually building up as you go. But it all depends on what you got available, right? Okay, so for me, when I skate, my natural skating stance is left foot in front, right foot behind, right, with my staggered stance. So, of course, you want to be really comfortable skating backwards or fakie before you even try this, and just jumping the hip going forward, as we already talked about before, right? So you want to think of like being low when you're going fakie toward the hip, and as you approach it, what I do is I look back, my back shoulder's my right, and my front's my left, and as I go back, I'm kind of like looking toward the hip, squatting down, looking where I want to land, and then I'm jumping like that. So that's like the way I figured out that's most natural for me to jump, and it's just like a little 90-degree jump on this hip, right? So I just sort of like practice doing that a couple times with no hip, right? Just like on the line or near it or whatever. So I'm just skating fakie pretty slow, looking at that line, and then jump, right? So far, that's it, right? Just doing that a few times, right? Where you try to like bring your hips low, squat, and bring your shoulders around. Because that's gonna be super important that when you land, you want to be in that low position, leaning forward. Kev likes to say like you're going through a little door. Like you want to be like squatted down as you land, because you don't want to loop out, go backwards, right? That's super important, right? Okay, so I did that a couple times. Now I'm gonna start trying to add, like gradually work my way up the hips, sort of. So I'm gonna need a little more speed. I'm gonna use this bank over here, this ramp, to try to do a little pump, going backwards, just low, and then jumping. See how I barely jumped it? Just barely, because I was going slow. But since I'm new at this, or anybody else who's new at this, it's probably better to start lower and slower. So I like to kind of like look at the peak of it that I'm gonna jump, right? As I'm approaching it, kind of looking where I'm gonna jump. And as I get to it, then I look where I wanna land on the other side, right? At first, this really freaked me out. So what Kev showed me was this. This helps. Pump, go fakie up to the ramp, and then just go like halfway. Like, not the whole turn. You're not making the full hip, but you're still pumping, keeping those hips low, looking, and then just going like halfway. How's that?
That's cool. That's cool. That's right.
Keep it low.
It is scary.
Like toward the line. Boom.
Just
See,
to
that time I almost like rode the line, right?
You did.
Okay, so you can do that a few times, and then gradually think of just same thing. You're just going a little farther with your hips and shoulders in that turn, and kind of throwing your, in my case, it's my left shoulder around to kind of bring the rest of me around, and trying to keep that low, squatting, landing, leaning forward, right? All right, let's try that. Doing the actual hip, see what we can do. Pumping, keeping it low and slow, looking where you want to land. Oh, I freaked out.
Kind of freaked out.
All right.
All right, let's go. You still got it.
Look where you want to land.
Look where you want to land. That's right. You just started learning these. It's understandable. Yeah.
There we go. That was a little better.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. Gotta look for the top of the hip as you come toward it, and then look where you want to land over it. That was a little sketchy.
Nice.
I need to keep a tight lower position.
Let's
try it again.
You're getting higher. Higher and higher. Nice. That was a good one.
Okay. So, I know it's not the best, but I'm pretty happy that I could even do it, because I didn't know if I could. So hopefully that helps y'all if you're trying to learn this as well. And if you have any other tips for us, or especially me, as I try to learn this and gradually work my way higher and maybe up to steeper hips. I don't know, we'll see. It's just day one, but if you have tips for me, please share them. And thank you for the request, and please like and comment, subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.